Three, two, ADS IA1 research paper presentation. So the title of our research paper is Challenge of Big Data and Data Science. It was publicated. It was publicated in the year 2022. The author is Henry Baddy. Uh, so okay. So I'm Anas Marathe, and my
And I'm Krushant Patel.
yeah. So we will be presenting this paper. So moving on to the introduction part. So big data and data science are transforming the world in ways that spawn new concerns for social scientists, such as impact of the internet on citizens and the media, the repercussions of smart cities, and the possibility of cyber warfare and cyber terrorism, the implication of precision medicine and consequence of artificial intelligence and automation. Along with these changes in society, powerful new data science methods support research using administrative internet, textual, and sensor audio-video data. They also pose challenges as social scientists must grasp the meaning of concept and prediction generated by convoluted algorithms, weigh the relative value of prediction versus casual interference, and cope with ethical changes as the method, such as algorithms for mobilizing voters or determining bail, are adopted by policymakers.
Moving on to literature, big data and data science are being used as buzzwords and are composites of many concepts. Says the US National Institutes of Standards and Technology (NIST) in a 2015 framework report on big data. The phrase big data appears frequently in the press and in academic journals, and the data science programs have sprouted in academia over the last 5 years. Societal and political change from big data and data science. The volume, velocity, and variety of data being generated and by available to governments, armies, businesses, non-profits, and people have combined with the enormous increase in computing power and improvements in big data science methods to change the society in fundamental way. Big data and data science are creating new phenomena and raising basic questions about the control and manipulation of people and populations, the future of privacy, veracity of information, the future of work, and many other topics that matter for political scientists.
So now we'll talk about increasing volume and variety of big data. So social scientists must come to grip with current dramatic transformations in communication of information, which is parallel to striking changes in transportation in the 19th century. In 1816, using horse-driven stagecoaches and mule-driven canal boats for sailing packets, a trip between Philadelphia and Quebec took more than 4 days. Nature and husband no longer have a monopoly on authorizing. We now live in an era with computers. Can authors publish and supply new forms of information? Another job of social science is to improve and understand these processes.
Social and political changes from big data. Several recent books propose that cyber warfare exists and that it threatens international security. For example, Clark and Knick Kalpan 2017, but the skeptics Reid 2012 and Liebig 2014 argue that while cyber disruptions can be a problem, they do not constitute classical warfare like Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, which involved a purposeful and publicly claimed act of violence for political advantage. Smart Cities is a popular book with subtitles such as Big Data, Civic Hackers, and The Quest for a New Utopia, Spatialized Intelligence, and the Internet of Things, People, and Systems. Three streams of big data work can come together on this area.
So, increasing amount of data available. Social scientists have benefited from many new data sources as well as roughly 1980. A political scientist had available a limited number of data sets, mostly about the United States, but also about other countries. Historical election statistics usually by country, but in few cases by precinct. Survey from 1930s onwards, census data of Federal Election Commission, data on political contributions, roll call data from legislators and United Nations, data from correlates of war projects, World Handbooks of political and social indicators, and a few other sources.
Dealing with issues regarding political data science. A separate article could be written about ethical issues related to big data and data science. One continuous issue is the possibility of an algorithmic injustice, Nobel 2018, especially in the field of criminal justice. A number of writers, Harcourt 2007, Williams 2018, etc., have worried that algorithms used to assign bail, decide on sentences, or place prisoners in various levels of detention rely on predictions that are not casual, that reproduce stereotypes, and that exacerbate racial biases.
A new way scientists organize their work. Political science professors must develop new courses and become conversant with the new technologies developed by data scientists. New courses should go in two directions. One courses should deal with societal challenges of big data and what they mean for politics. Mergel has developed a curriculum for schools of public affairs which contains some pertinent element, closing sections on big data and politics, government, public health, smart cities, but it does not have a section on media and it does not directly focus on the political issues such as data ownership and use, privacy, and loss of jobs that stem from big sector.
Data warehouse and crush recovery. Regarding data warehousing, relational databases gather from many sources and the oversight of stored data results in big data problems. On the other hand, NoSQL data are
So, conclusion. Big data and data science provide extraordinary new sources of data and methods for doing research. They are also changing the world in ways that spawn new kinds of political issues, broaden the kind of quantitative work that can be done, and they bring political sciences in the middle of societal events, new ways to work on political campaigns, on the impact of media and operation of cities on terrorism and cyber warfare, on the design of voting and political systems and many other areas. As this happens, scientists will certainly do more and better research. They will also have to think about the intellectual and particular and practical value of their role as system designers when they find themselves on the work used to create new policies or social mechanisms.
just as engineers, lawyers, and increasingly economists use their knowledge about society to design social institutions, political scientists are now developing tools to redesign political systems. How will this role be valued in the academy? What ethical and intellectual issues does it raise? From my perspective, becoming involved in developing new policies and social mechanisms would be a useful turn back towards the policy sciences advocated by Harold Laswell, but the political scientists will undoubtedly find themselves taking on new roles that will require debate and discussion with the profession. Thank you.
Thank you.